got to do some work here, Steve. And I made a bet with one of our buddies today, and we'll get into that. But I want to hear what we're looking for. Obviously, Lester's a big name. Jonathan Daniels. Who else could your FSU lovers be looking for?
Well, look, I mean, we've already pulled in 4 this month alone. We've got Ricky Knight, who is a 3-star defensive back, Red Morgan, safety, and then, the big body D.D. Holmes out of the DMV area, if I'm not mistaken, 6'6", 240. But look, it's not just going to be a big month for FSU. Lester, Charles Lester III, is at the end of this month. I want to say the 28th is his current commitment date. But this is going to be a big next couple of days for Florida State. It looks like Jonathan Daniels has announced that he's going to be committing on the 15th.
Yep.
Now
real quick. I don't want to cut you off, but look, I do. But so I thought he was a 5-star. 247 dropped him.
I mean, we just spent half this show talking about rankings on certain sites. I don't know.
I was shocked.
I remember him being
he was very high, and I looked today, and it seemed like he's dropped a little bit on the 247 side. I'm just
maybe his height and weight didn't maybe his family life didn't add up.
Well, I was trying to kind of see your calculator. Like I was like, because Ryan was like, oh, they're not going to finish top 5, and I was like, well, based on who we think they're going to get. Again, so what I plugged in was JoJo Trader. I feel like you guys pull him over Miami. No way Miami makes it. If Miami makes that happen, you guys should just quit football. Jonathan Daniels, I think, is a great offensive tackle. And then Lester. I hope Lester goes to Colorado, but let's just play that he goes to you guys. You're going to be sitting at a top 5 class just with those 3 guys alone. Now, you still got Bama that's going to work its way up. LSU's going to work its way up. Oklahoma, Oregon, those guys. But I made the bet that they would finish top 10. And I truly, unfortunately, really think they're going to. If they land those guys. If they don't land those guys, all hell is going to break loose. But those 3, I think, are going to be, for where the class is now, I think you have a very healthy class already. But if you wanted to get to that next level, I think these 3 are going to be the catalyst to get there. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, not at all. Especially with Daniels, because if you remember, we had 2 4-star guys that were very, very highly regarded by Florida State. Both of them ended up going to USC in Zan DeMella, if I'm saying that right, and then I'll butcher this name, Manasseh Ateli. Both were big guys that FSU wanted, and we lost out on them. Not to mention a 4-star kid who ended up going out to Stanford. So Jonathan Daniels is a big, big need for us, especially with the losses that we've had at that same position. Charles Lester, you can't lose to Dion again at that position.
Make my day.
That would be catastrophic to the class, not only to the ranking overall,
to the ego,
and just the mojo that you need to keep kind of that train rolling in Tallahassee. And not to mention also Micah Danzy, who was a 4-star running back out of Tallahassee. That looks like the lock for us, but we'll see.
Yep, I saw that you guys are leaning for that as well. Jalala Solomon.
Yeah,
you guys have some momentum there.
Solomon, yep.
And then 3-star Ty Hilton, offensive lineman, who Florida's been heavy on, seems to be a 50-50 battle.
Looks that way.
It looks like, look, it's been exciting. I feel like we've had a few battles with you guys because obviously Zay Mincy is one that we got Crystal Ball, who FSU is heavy on. Jamari Howard's another one that seems to be a in-state battle as well. So we've had some fun recruiting battles with you guys. Not as much as I don't really care if we do or not, but it's always fun when there is one. I feel like we didn't have much last year.
We didn't have much last year. And it's surprising that we haven't had more. I mean, especially with, the amount of talent coming out of the state of Florida this year.
Sure.
And this class is very strong.
Again, the appeal of the offense that both teams are trying to run
they're completely different for the most part, yeah. With you guys, look at the size of the offensive linemen that you guys are getting. I mean, even Jonathan Daniels, I want to say, is like 6'4", 275. And that's not that. I mean, some of these guys that you're picking up are 6'8", and
he's 6'3", short.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but I mean,
6'3", 280.
That's what I'm. So maybe
he's
that's
like a running back.
That's maybe that's why he lost a star. Who knows, right? Maybe.
And look. That's honestly. I mean, that stuff
different
makes
folks
sense to me. Yeah,
just different folks overall.
Sometimes you switch positions, man, and you can get a bigger ranking.
That's true. What I do love in all this is Miami is still just hushed. They're just getting
dog water.
They're not even getting shoved in the locker anymore. They're just cleaning the locker out. They're not even allowed in the same room anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that's the level of Miami is where they're at.